a job layoff, fear of not having enough when you get older, fear of making the wrong decision. You know, psychologically, life has different seasons. There's a time, probably mostly when you're younger, that you are more aggressive, you're more assertive, you're more confident. And then as you get older, through life experience, you're going to experience more failure, more negative. And you now know the reality versus your immature way that you may view the world. Good to see you, Louisa. So fear, I would say, definitely kind of creeps in the older you get. There's a scripture that says, basically appreciate the Lord when you're young. Don't wait till you fear falling. Because when you're old, if you take a fall, that can have a serious repercussion because your bones are frail and your body is frail. Good to see you, Junkyard Dog, Sue, Tony. And I've been thinking about that myself because I'm middle aged. Okay. And as a 41-year-old man, do I live in fear now more than I did when I was 21? Well, it's a different, when I was 21, you would fear a big fight or a shooting come after the club. You would fear you get your heart broken. You would fear you get into a car accident, get caught with something. As a 41-year-old man, you fear more you get laid off. You fear you don't have enough for retirement. You fear you buy the wrong house. That's my fears now. Living in a car, did I have a fear? No. Why? Because, again, I saw more upside than downside. I felt the time was right to sell for me. The time was right to reposition my life. I do fear now, though, buying again. The market is at an all-time high, but I have found some reasonable things. That doesn't scare me that much. The fear of being stuck with something does. The fear of not buying something and then not having the means to have the opportunity to buy something later on, that really freezes me up. So, psychologically, it's a tough thing to overcome fear. Okay. And all I could do is share with you what I feel. I feel like I'm in a season of fear because I mainly have no aggressive goal other than to maintain my health at this point and figure out my next step. And, when you don't have a big goal before you, your mind has more time to say, what are you doing? Or even when you come to the end of the goal, so, I do think about us. There's another scripture that says the Lord didn't give us a spirit of fear, but that of confidence, self-control, and a sound mind. When you're in fear, guys, your mind is not sound. Like I always tell you, watching horror movies is so bad for your mental health. It's trauma to your mind. You're basically inducing fear. You're inducing stress for the thrill of the adrenaline that kicks in because your body is telling you something's wrong. And some people like that adrenaline of being scared. They go to, during Halloween, they go to a haunted house. So for me, guys, I'm good. I lived enough in life. Life's scary enough. I mean, I don't need to be scared anymore. When I was young, I go to a horror movie or something. I'll tell you right now, guys, life's scary enough. But it messes up your quality of life, man. I have so much to be thankful for. And I'm still having this lingering fear that's destroying some of my joy. I've heard people say before you can't have depression and joy at the same time. I guess you can't have fear and confidence at the same time, or fear and peace. The mind is always struggling to balance itself, but there's seasons of life where you have more than the other. And I'm in a season where I said to myself, man, if I don't buy a house now, do I fear not having it? Am I at the peak of my career? As your parents get old, you fear, what's it going to be like when they die? And then you start to go down this negative algorithm. Like I said, I remember just a couple months ago, I was so close. I thought I finally nailed the right property to buy. I mean, I was excited. And on the day of the walkthrough inspection, there wasn't a major red flag with the structure that I didn't already know about. It was some things that came up with the surrounding part of the house. And first it was one thing, then it was another. And then, like, my mind got so negative, it thought of every worst case scenario. And I couldn't recover psychologically. You know, it's like, if you ever watch a boxing match, once someone gets dazed, it's hard for them to recover psychologically. You know, because their mind, I mean, probably physically too, not just psychologically, but that's how it feels. Like you get hit with all these fear thoughts, and then you start going negative, and then you look for something to give you an upper. And that's what happens in life. People get stressed, they look for beer. People get stressed, they look for drugs. People get stressed, they look for food because they're getting beat up in their mind and they need some pleasure. Never forget the movie with Halle Berry when she had lost her son. And psychologically, to recover from that your whole life now, it's like, I don't know if it's fear, but there's this real negative energy. And she was telling Billy Job Thornton, or whatever his name was from that movie, she goes, make me feel good again, make me feel good again. And she went for sex to give her the moment of gratitude, or the moment of relief from depression. Some people, people are looking to relieve themselves of some stress. And I know in life I probably have least stress than most people. Sometimes I got a couple people I talk to, and they're married with a couple of kids. And sometimes I tell them what I'm stressing about, and they laugh at me. They say, Sam, you got your fucking mind. They go, you want to know what I'm dealing with? And then they tell me, and I laugh, and they're right. But we get stuck in our own mind and our own fears. Like I say, all I could say is this. That's kind of my thoughts tonight. Let's go to all live comments, and I got some more to share about it. Good to see everyone. If you haven't already, click that thumbs up. It's free. You want to support the channel, click that blue join button. I see Adam in here. Shout out to all my members. Leave a comment. We're live right now. We go live every day, God willing. Will there be a day where I go live from my home base? I don't know. Will there be a day when I go live from a Class B? I like the Class B, just don't like driving it. And don't like the idea that, I don't know, man. Where do you park it every night? Do I want to stealth park? I'm tired of stealth parking. Campgrounds. All right, all live comments. I think I left off at Tony. Correct me if I'm wrong, everyone. Treasure. Hey, what's up, Treasure? Hello to you. Tony, damn. I've lived in fear for at least a decade. Yeah, it's true. Thank God you kept showing up to your job. Even me, when I'm doing good financially, I fear not doing good financially. A couple of times I got behind the eight ball in life. I was never destitute because I always worked. But it's a very negative feeling when you have financial fear and you get behind the eight ball and you're dependent upon other people. Again, that's Dave Ramsey did help me, at least get some idea of what to structure my life with regards to money. You need some structure. You can kind of like put your own twist a little bit on it. But, back to live comments. Adam, good evening, Sam. Good evening to you. I lived in a car before at times. It can be fearful if you don't know your surroundings. I hope you had a good day. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, now, when I first started living in my car, I had a plan on where I was going to park for the first few months. You should do that. And I had an exit strategy. And even though I've had a couple runnings, thank God nothing ever happened. But for the most part, it's been good. But now I fear major car breakdown. I fear health issue. I fear that I get squeezed out of the housing market if I don't buy. That's a real thing. Now, am I going to make a decision in fear? No, but I'm going to, I want to know why I'm thinking that. So, look, I mean, there's always going to be some level of property appreciation, whether, I don't think things will continue to go up as much. There's always going to be an issue. The more you use something, the more it's going to break down, a car. And there's always going to be an issue of where do you park. That never goes away. And I said to myself, man, I have the opportunity to buy right now. What am I really waiting for? Am I really waiting for a huge economic downturn? No, because I'd probably be more scared then. That's what I found. People who say, like, wait for the housing market to crash. In my experience, people are more scared then. That's why the housing market crashed. There's a lot of fear in the economy. So I don't know, back to live comments. Reaper. Well, it looks like I got to say bye to my X5. Hello to my Jeep Cherokee. Well, I'm sorry that I guess you had a problem with it. Good luck on your new vehicle, Reaper. Some guy looking a Jeep with you. Okay. George. Hello, Sam. Praying for your situation. I appreciate that, George. Thank you. Melvano. Timely topic. Yeah, I think it's a real thing that people live in fear. And again, you fear you don't have enough for retirement. You fear that something's going to go wrong with your health. You fear that, someone is going to die. I know there was times in a relationship where I got psychologically, the relationship was going well. But psychologically, I feared at some point it won't go well. I remember listening to Sandra Bullock, who was an actor. And at that time, she was married to that guy who went nuts. The guy from like L.A. Choppers or whatever. And everything was good. She had just did some movies. She won like an Academy Award. And she was interviewed. She goes, you must be so excited. You're on the top of the world. Your career's at the top. You're married. You're financially well. And she goes, actually, I'm more fearful than ever because things are going so well. I fear they can't get any better. And, so some people say that, like, what do you think if someone's peaking or if you're peaking? Well, again, you can't live in fear. You still got to show up tomorrow. So, even if you're at the peak, you still got to show up tomorrow. Why? Because, it's not like, every time you just got to keep moving forward as best you can. Malvano had said, timely topic, fear is a lack of faith. Let me read your comment and then comment. I have a fear of heights, but not of any man. Working on one-on-one with the serial killers will do that, I guess. Yeah, it's interesting. Thank you, for sharing your experience. I know Malvano worked with mentally ill people, and that's really tough psychologically. I have too, since I've been a YouTuber for 5 years, so I've gone through that whole dynamic. And I've known people in real life who've killed people. So all I can tell you is, I don't know, I guess faith is part of it. You definitely need some faith. I can see that. Because even now I find myself when in my conversations with God, I said, God, what the fuck? And I said, I'm going to need you to get to this next step. But then as I get older, I get a little frustrated with God that it's always this battle. Because as a middle-aged man, and again, I recognize people have it worse than me, many. I said to him, I'm tired of battling. But it's no matter what, you got to battle in this world. I don't know why it's like that. I mean, one thing with the whole Russia-Ukraine thing that gets to me is like, it's all geopolitical politics. I understand both sides. But it's like, I mean, come on, like all the world leaders, you guys got it good, okay? It's like, why, right after a pandemic, why would you go to war? I mean, you finally got humanity at least back to neutral, and then you take it right back. It's like, and the people, I don't know, man. It's just like the regular people suffer. But I don't know. I guess it's just the way the world works. I understand how all sides blame everyone. And I understand there's a lot of dynamics in there. It's not just one thing. But it's just the way the world works, so you just can't live in that fear, though. Steph, good evening, Sam. How are you doing today? Good to see you. And the sound today is distortion, or is it just on your end? Laughing. New laptop can be. I'm not sure. You guys let me know in the comments section. Are you guys hearing the sound? ESP. Hey, ESP. Hey, listening in the background at work. Good job, ESP. She took the promotion, living in her NV200, which they no longer make, and she's looking to buy a Class B possibly in the future. CC, true, Ed Tony. I have to shake it off. Louisa, fear of making a wrong decision, fear of the consequences, end up not making any decisions at all. It's hard. Yeah, it's tough. I remember I feared at one time taking a promotion, and I tried to pull back on that strength. I said, Sam, think about how scared you were with that and how we went back and forth. It was the best decision in your career. But how I kind of got over the hump with that was, well, you make more money worst case scenario and you get more experience. And even if it doesn't work out, you could probably always, usually if you take the promotion, even if it doesn't work out, you usually can always get a job at your previous level. So, that's a big thing. I guess with a house or something like that, one is I'm not getting money, I'm giving money. And then two is, I just, I don't know, there's something suffocating in the mind about that. And a little bit of it, look, a house does create a quality of life if you buy the right house in the right area, right size, right price. And I mean, look, beach, bungalow, all that shit. I mean, there ain't gonna be no better spots, but I don't know, man. I freeze up. Paul, how are you feeling, brother? I would say overall positive. Thankful. I'm thankful I have my car out of the shop and that running good. How are you? Steph, F for false, E for evidence, A for appearance, R for real. You used that term last week. False evidence appearing real. Yeah, I think someone else did. I heard that a lot when I was in the church. I think there's a level of truth to that. There's no doubt. I think there's a level of real consequence. And again, I think as you get older, you've probably been hurt. You broke something or you've been really sick. You probably went through bankruptcy or you lost money. Really it's the psychopaths who are able to achieve great success in many instances because they just don't give a fuck. And, they're willing to fall flat on their face. And now the problem is, like, one psychopath sees that and say, oh, I could do that. But the odds are 9 out of 10 psychopaths are not going to succeed. So, I mean, and you could say that about most people. I mean, most people, you're going to do well if you show up, you avoid substance abuse, you avoid unhealthy relationships, and you try to live an overall healthy lifestyle. You're going to go through fluctuation. But that's easy to say. You got to figure all that out. That doesn't just happen. When you're young, you got to navigate drugs, right? You're young, the first thing, at least I wanted to do, you want to smoke cigarettes to be cool. I don't know if that's still in anymore. Probably not. And drink alcohol, I would say that's probably still in, right? No one smokes a cigarette because it tastes good. The first time you smoke a cigarette, it tastes horrible. I mean, you choke on it. No one drinks beer because it tastes good. And, certainly you could apply that to any other drug, but, I guess, you get addicted. So, and that starts very young. But you got to experience life. I said to myself, if I never had a cigarette, if I never had alcohol, if I never smoked weed, I never did more than that, would my perspective be the same? No. So, you can never know how life would be, no matter what. AR6, hey Nomad, what's up? Michelle, hey Sam, and everyone. Hey Michelle. Charlie, what's up, brother? Hey Sam. Christy, good to see your face. Good to see you too. Tony, a boxer said once that to succeed in boxing, you have to learn how to breathe under duress, meaning you have to learn how to stay calm when under pressure. It's true, but Mike Tyson said once, everyone has a game plan until they get hit in the mouth. And Mike Tyson's been knocked out, so he knows. What's up, Sam? Hey. There's another saying that, success is going from one failure to another without loss of enthusiasm. I think we want to try to learn, though, from our failures so that we can incrementally become better. Twister, what's up, man? Good to see you, Twister. Thank you for everything, brother. Appreciate you. Shout out to Texas. Veronica, hey, buddy. Michelle, I inherited a truck, and even that's a pain to drive. Yeah, that's, truck, like I say, a big vehicle, in my experience, from my perspective, is not fun to drive. I drove cargo vans before, and everything rattles. You got to turn the corner a little wider. I don't like it. I see these big pickup trucks too. Like they try to park in a parking spot. It's like they damn near sideswipe everyone. So, but everyone enjoys something different, man. Some people just enjoy to look at it, So what are you gonna do? Hal, what's up, brother? What's good, Sam? I was living in fear a few years ago. The new job had me shook. That's understandable. One of the scariest things is to start a new job. I understand that. Good to see you, brother. Steph. My thought has changed again. No truck camper. As a home base, my preference was 8 foot long, but the F-150 needed to type 2500. Wallet says nope. Well, yeah, look, the main thing I want to tell a potential nomad is don't invest too much in the vehicle. Why? Because it believe it or not, it is not the vehicle that makes the lifestyle. It's your mindset. Okay. And most people are going to spend more money on a vehicle to live in their car and they're not going to live in their car long term, or even their camper, even if they have an RV. That's statistics. So the main thing is you need a mindset, not a vehicle. And most people put all their emphasis on having the right vehicle. And the truth is, at least in my opinion, it's not that. It's the mindset, and it's the longevity, and it's the objectives of why you're doing it. So, but again, everyone spends their money different, and so teach their own. How? But I will say that, I'm going to give grace because we all, including me, get to spend our money different. But you'd be a fool not to look at the recurring patterns of people who live in their vehicle, and the fact that usually they don't do it full-time, long-term enough to justify the cost of their car or RV. Now, if you have the money, okay, and you're living below your means and you have an exit strategy, go for it. But if you don't, you're just taking a higher risk. And that fear has real consequences, just like everything else. How? Happy I made that jump. You did the right thing. Glad I got comfortable being uncomfortable. It's true. Worst case scenario, you make more money, got more experience. Good job. Charlie, I have fears as well. Yep, all of us do. It's true. Amanda, hey, Amanda. Hey, Sam. First time catching you. Thanks for coming. Thank you for sharing your perspective. Thank you for the comment. Appreciate you. Thank you. I know it's fearful to leave a comment, so I thank you. Michelle at Hal. Glad you were able to weather the storm and come out with more confidence. I agree. Rob, what about a tiny shed house? You can't put it on most properties, and if you can, legally, it's going to be in the middle of nowhere. Why? Because most municipalities require the structure be at least 1,000 square foot. It has to be connected to all the utilities, sewer, water, and electric, because they want the place to be inhabitable, or else they won't give you a certificate of occupancy. So the only way you get around that is if you go in the middle of nowhere with unrestricted land. If you buy unrestricted land, that means your neighbor has unrestricted land. What does that mean? Well, they may have roosters, chickens, they may have ATVs, they may shoot their guns in the backyard. So, it's like when you go into that unrestricted land to live a non-conforming life, one is financially it's a bad investment. Why? Most people who buy a house are buying it for their family, okay? Very few people are buying a house so they can live in the middle of nowhere on unrestricted small little shed. So, to me, if I'm going to spend money, then I'd rather buy a Class B. Why? Because it has wheels. And I'm not going to be stuck next to someone else who wanted to live in a shed. So I understand the thought, but after I did the research, that's what my conclusion was. Which should everyone do whatever they want, because that's what makes the world go round. Rob, I can hear. Thank you, Rob. Michelle, sounds a bit crackly. I'm sorry about that, guys. Junkyard Jog. Yep, it's crackly. Alex, living in fear is painful, man. It really can be. Yeah. Thank you. Junkyard Jog. It's not that bad, though. Good. Steph, I got a deal. Toyota Tundra 2005. All repairs done under 10,000 or 10G. Yeah, 10,000. Or Chevy Equinox 2013 low mileage, and any subjection you're experiencing appreciation, brother. Yeah, don't buy neither. Put $3,000 down on a brand new 2022 Kia Nira and finance it for 7 years with a 3% interest rate, and you'll be good for 7 years. And those retail for still around $22,000. You don't need a truck unless you're towing something. And with fuel efficiency and everything else, there's no reason to buy a truck. Now, if you want to, do what you want, your money. But I wouldn't buy used. I would take $3,000, put it down on a brand new Kia Soul, finance it for 7 years, and go from there. Shahid, fear is a natural response. We should accept it and continue, especially on a temporary basis. Fear is actually a good thing to keep us safe. I would say, though, there is an exaggerated fear. Yep, I can understand that. Good comment. Thanks for coming in, Saeed. Steph, turning big 50 in April. Yep. Over the threshold of middle age to senior. You're in between middle age and senior citizen. I would say once you're in your 60s, you're a senior citizen. So you got one more decade to live that middle-aged life. Shahid, normally when it is implanted in your mind unnaturally. Yeah, it's tough, Yeah, I mean, definitely we take a lot of input in our minds and then we form a conclusion. And that there could be a lot of artificial fear. Steph, shalom, peace to you also. Aaron, hey Aaron, how's everything in the van? Aaron recently sold a car, living in a van. Good to see you, Aaron. Appreciate you. Very compassionate social worker. Veronica, hey Aaron. AR6. My biggest fear my biggest fear for myself is fear of failure. I'm slowly overcoming it, but it can certainly be overwhelming. And I can see how it can lead to self-sabotage. Yeah. I mean, I've been fearing that, man. It makes your whole body lock up, makes you not even enjoy the day. Yeah, that's true. Best of luck to you, AR. Cartoon Marks in the house. 3 thumbs up, 3 prayers. You know what it is. If you want to know how to be a utility tracer, subscribe to Cartoon Marks channel. If you want to know how to draw cartoon characters, subscribe to Cartoon Marks channel. But what we learned recently is don't get too involved in people's life. Why? Because everyone does things when they're ready. And, you know, I try to share with you guys. I don't regret being intense, guys, because to me it makes my channel special. And I'll still be intense. But I'm in a new season now of YouTube where I'm just like, man, Sam, you got to be intense to change your life when you're ready. And that's what I share with you guys, like when I'm on that journey of intensity. Now, over the past 12 months, my intensity has died down. Why? Because I've obtained certain things that I needed to, so now I don't need to be as intense. I mean, even this home base thing, to me, it's like the last step if I want to do it. And this kind of like is the fear now. There's no more like intensity. It's just like, you know, but I don't want to stay in survival mode because I'm not intense now. I mean, I'm done. And I'm not really telling you guys to divorce your spouse and get a vasectomy anymore and this and that, because you guys ain't going to listen to me. And if you are, you're going to blame me. So I'm just going to tell everyone, guys, do whatever you want. I love everyone, but everyone's got to find their own intensity, man. We'll see. I mean, but I miss it, man. I miss smashing a laptop, smacking a laptop. But I get tired of it, man. It's like, how many times can you, like, get everyone at the halftime huddle? I don't know, man. It's just, I just got to focus on myself. But, you know, those moments are not really just directed at other people. They're like, I'm feeling passionate. I'm not feeling passionate lately. I'm feeling more fear. Why? I don't know. You know, I'm in that season, you know. And we'll see. Conscious self. Need advice on how to stay in the moment and not emotions control your decisions. It's very tough. I would say start with going for a walk. Why? A body in motion will process decisions and information better than a body that's idle. Because when you're idle, your mind will kind of eat at itself. So to get out of your mind, you got to get your body in motion. That would be one basic tip I would tell people to do. That's what I do. Steph, hey everyone. Hey Steph. Veronica at Alchemy Shalom. Steph, camping gear and kayak I own. TLC. Yeah, my experience, most people don't do enough kayaking to justify having a kayaking. And most camping gear is wasted. Why? It's just like, you know, I don't know, but that's my opinion, my experience. Do I see people at the campgrounds? I've been staying at campgrounds. Do they use their kayaks and camping gear? I do see some people use it. Would they be better off to just go rent one? I would say most people would be better off to just go rent one when they're ready. They don't have to lug that thing around. And camping gear, you know, it all depends on how you're going to camp and how long you're going to be camping for. To me, there's no need to buy a flashlight. Your phone's a flashlight. What else camping gear do you need? Pots and pans and a propane burner stove? I don't know. To me, just go up the street to the supermarket. I mean, are there some people camping in the middle of nowhere? Well, if they are, how are they getting internet service to watch my live feed? So, I don't know. To me, I would just say, just be a yuppie, man. Yeah, and most of these people in RVs, they're yuppies too. You know, even if they got an old beat-up RV and they're poor. Guys, I mean, you know, they're running their generator so they can have air conditioning. Real camping is no climate control. Real camping is, you know, you don't go to the gas station and get pizza. You go kill an animal and fucking eat it. So, you know, I mean, that's like camping. Am I doing any of that? Hell no. Hell no. Soup. Would you consider buying a mobile home? Yes. And land ownership near the beach? Yes. Aaron, things are better as it slowly warms up. Getting used to it, but still working too much. I'll find that balance eventually. You will, Aaron. You'll figure it out. I believe in you. Shahid, what would you say is your biggest fear? Um, uh, to me right now, my biggest fear is kind of like a not, um, I don't know. I don't know if I've won. Again, I could say if I don't buy a home base now, not having opportunity to buy a home base later, that's a fear. I always have a fear as long as I'll be in the workforce, that you get laid off. Now I've made accommodations for all that. I have a couple hustles. I have savings. Um, so some of that fear is just like psychological, but I go back to my life. I still don't like that feeling. Um, Another fear is, the day comes when my mom passes away. That's a fear. Um, those are the things I would say that are top of my mind. Conscious self. Thanks. Thank you. Steph. Kia Sorento, you said. Kia Soul. I would prefer that. I don't really like the Sorento. Amanda, hey, hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good too. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys like this new format where I just say very positive, no intensity? Or do you miss the intensity? It's got a little boring, but I think it's better to listen to. I think people, I know for me, like when I go on a live feed, I don't like when people are too loud. So, but to me, I don't know, man. I don't know. I like to be passionate. I don't feel much passion lately. Good to see you, Amanda. Easy Rider. Hey, Easy Rider. Nah, Sam. $35 straight orange. Here's some money I budgeted to help out and up and coming channels. Damn it, Praz Mastic. I hope I said that right. 35. Christian Okoye ran right through the hole and scored a touchdown. Damn it, man. Thank you for that gracious super chat, Praz Mastic. I want to tell you, I hope your channel grows. I hope your life goes. Is my channel growing? It's still growing. Numbers are still strong. The peak, look, the pandemic, those numbers are very high because everyone was watching the internet. But I have a more solid foundation now. But I would say this for any YouTube creator. What's my number one advice? I have a main job. What's my number two advice? Manage your time. What's my number three advice? Make daily or bi-weekly videos. What's another piece of advice? Be engaged with your viewers, but don't get too involved. Psychologically, the hardest part about being a YouTube psychologically is dealing with people with all different mindsets, and you're thinking that everyone is thinking like you, but it's just not the case. Everyone is just, you can't put too much into it. You just gotta just kind of let it go. It's not easy. But thank you, Prasmatic. All I can say is thank you, man. I really do. That was gracious, man. Damn. I believe we left off at Easy Rider. Nah, Sam. Keep preaching. I know you've helped many, but I feel you on the other side. It's like you can't help someone that can't help themselves, but life can possibly change. Yeah, no, I'm glad I was intense because, like I said, Ultimate Warrior and other people that have been intense, they've changed my life. Prasmatic, laughing. I plan on doing TikTok of anything. Well, I wish you a lot of luck. My mom watches TikTok. It's probably a more growing platform than YouTube. So, yeah, a lot of people are hustling TikTok. That's not my thing. I do YouTube shorts just like TikTok. Yeah. Good luck to you, man. Thank you again. Easy Rider, what I would say is that I still do feel, especially through your passion, you can inspire change. People have inspired me to change. But I also feel that just don't get too involved if people are going to change, because probably not. And even if they do or don't, it really doesn't affect you. Sophie, hello, Nomad. I support you in whatever. You've been very positive. Thank you. Whatever you led and feel to do. Thank you. Well, I'm led to buy a home base, but I don't feel like committing. I freeze up. And that frustrates me. I go back and forth. Good job. Whatever you decide. Thank you. As always, follow your gut. Thank you, Sophie. You've been very positive. Thank you. Twister, I got to go into work now, Sam. Shout out to you. Shout out to all my baristas. I'll catch the replay. Twister, you're an awesome person. I hope that Starbucks continues to go well. It will. I hope that your future ventures with your career go well. They will. Why? Because you're developing work ethic. You're showing up. You're staying positive. You had some sex the other day. You have fun. Just make sure you be careful. And I'm proud of you, brother. Love to you and your family. Shahid, I think this feeling you're in normally occurs in transitional periods. Yeah, that's probably right. I feel similar to you as I am also in a transitional period. But as you would know, usually that goes away. Yeah. The next stage. Yeah. Yeah. As you develop it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. The fear of taking a new job is usually overcome after 6 to 8 months. The fear of buying a house is usually overcome after 6 to 8 months you're in the house, as long as you bought it within wisdom and reason. Yeah. Easy Rider, losing your independence. No, that's a good fear. Yeah. I'm obviously a catastrophic injury. That's a fear. Yeah. Marcy, good to see you, Sam. Thank you, Marcy. Good to see you too. Prasmatic, man. Thank you again, man. Check out his TikTok. Prasmatic TikTok. Shout out to you, man. Aaron, to me, the intensity is what makes you inspirational. I know, I missed it, but I'm not inspired lately. I ain't gonna fake it. It's also you being you. I know. I've lost myself like I'm in a relationship. I miss it, but I understand it. Yeah, I can't fake it. I'm not there. Why? I think I got some, stress in my own life trying to decide what I want to do next. And I'm just not there, so I'm not going to fake it. But, will I get my intensity back? I probably will. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That's true. Prasmatic. I plan on doing TikTok, if anything. Yeah, a lot of people liking TikTok. J-Rock, hey, Sam. Good to see your spirits back up. Yeah, I definitely want to be thankful I'm back in my car. I mean, I'm not 100% inspirational right now. Why? I don't know, man. As you get older, it's tough to keep your inspiration. You can never keep it on 10 all the time. But I would say I got to do, I think the biggest thing is this frozen of decision. Because if I go home base, now I focus more in on self-care, more time at the gym, more time walking. Right now, I'm focused in on more time driving, more time to the next campground, more time at Starbucks. But I've been doing that for 5 years and it's been working out. Why? Because I had the vision in front of me. Now the vision is before me. So it's that transition, like Shahid was saying. Thank you. Shout out to Cali. J-Rock, love to you, man. Thank you. Amanda, I like when you bring intensity. A lot of people like that, man. It's attractive. But you can't fake it. Whatever is authentic. Yeah, and this is what authentic's right now. Basically living in fear and just basically saying in my mind, don't even get fucking involved. Just pacify it. Just pacify people. It's fine. Passions and feelings fluctuate. Yeah. Right now I feel passive as fuck. Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck. You want to do this? I don't care. Steph, you're interesting to listen to. Thank you. Body, mind, soul, cheers. Hooray for your awesomeness. Well, thank you for the positive comment and for being you, brother. I appreciate that positive comment. Thank you, man. Stas 1200. John, what's up, brother? What's going on, man? Home base seems to be nice treat after all this. It would seem that way. From your voice and what you say, I think it would be good for you. I think it would be good for me too long term, but it's tough to overcome this, John. Like mentally, I don't want to do it. Long term, I think it's just the initial transition. But I don't know. See, to me, I feel like I go into a dimension I can't get out of. Now, you say you could buy a house, you don't like it, sell it. You're right. But I just feel like I go into this dimension. I can't get out of that dimension. I don't know. It could be in my mind. Aaron, good point, Amanda. It only shows how real he is when that fluctuate, which is good to see. Yeah, I mean, if someone was always intense, there'd be something wrong with that. If someone was always down, there'd be something wrong with that. But, again, YouTube and social media is tough to judge because you only get one perspective. But even when I'm intense, even when I had the great intense live feeds, for people who know me in real life, guys, in real life, 99% of the time, I'm mellow. I'm in the cuts, but that's not how I move on a daily basis. So, yeah, I don't know. But the mindset's real. The mindset's intense. Early riser, what's up, man? Sam, what's good? Just trying to get through another day. Just finishing up a long work week. Well, good for you. Got you on the background. I'm in the background, baby. Click that thumbs up if you haven't. 34 thumbs up. 47 people watching. Finally had a chance to chime in. I appreciate that. I wanted to ask you the old interview question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? In Florida, with a home base. Yeah, that's what I would say. Now, will that come true? I don't know. Will I be in Florida if it's the winter, unless there's an emergency? Yeah. Yeah. Aaron, laughing. I have zero doubt intensity will be back. It may. I'll pray for that troll. Yeah, I pray for everyone. To me, I don't know. To me, even like, I don't know, man. I love you, Aaron. You're an awesome person. Shahid, I guess we could ask ourselves, how would our lives have been if fear was eliminated entirely? We'd be too arrogant, probably. We'd be too reckless. It's like, you don't really think, there's sometimes in life where you feel invincible when you're young. You think like no one can whip your ass. Maybe you feel like no one can beat you in basketball. Maybe you feel like no one's smarter than you. Maybe you feel like, no one can shoot you, but anything can happen. Again, guys, if Mike Tyson got knocked out, you can get knocked out. If Michael Jordan got too old to play basketball, you can get too old to live in your car. I mean, there's a reality of life that even the greatest people have to yield to reality, which is gravity and fear. It's true. But you're right in one sense. Maybe that would allow us to appreciate it more. Yeah, I don't know, Shahid. To me, I don't know. I'm trying not to overthink life too as I get older. I just say, fuck it. I want to be responsible and I want to live like, in faith, not fear, but I don't know, man. Michelle, laughing. Aaron, the right troll will walk in on the wrong day and it will be raining fire emojis in second. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I mean, to me, there's some trolls that want to get you fired up because they actually enjoy it. And it's all a psychological game, man. It's just, like I said, if I'm fired up, I'll be fired up because I'm just like I've always been. I never say I'm going to get fired up because of someone else. But it's just like, guys, it's just an endless therapy session. So to me, I don't know. I don't know anymore. Aaron, like I said, I don't know how you could be a social worker for 20 years. Why? I've been a YouTuber for 5 years, and now I realize that after a certain point, you just punch in a clock, man. Shahid, some people say without these moments of low energy, you wouldn't have the ability to compare and appreciate your high energy. That's true. It's like without evil. Yeah, I've heard that said. They said that in the scriptures too. Without evil, you wouldn't appreciate good, kind of thing. Yeah, I've heard that said. I remember reading that in the Bible. I said, what kind of shit is that, man? It's like, well, the just and the unjust live on earth. God created both. So to me, I'm like, God, man, what you doing? I mean, come on, man. To me, if I create the world, I mean, everyone's living la vida loca, no fear, no crazy shit. But I know I'm not God, so I'm not going to question God. I keep the faith. I know my place. But it's just, it gnaws as you get older, like it did with Moses and most other religious people. And they basically, guys, they asked God to kill them. Most people commit suicide in the Bible or ask God to kill them. So, psychologically, 5 officers died in the Capitol January 6 riots. 4 of them, though, committed suicide afterwards. So you got to think of, guys, to be a police officer at the Capitol, you go through a certain level of training, almost like the military. And so what you would see in humanity on that day would traumatize you enough to commit suicide within 12 months. It's like that shows you that even a well-trained killer sees enough fear or sees enough psychopath that they just say, fuck this, and they kill themselves with their own trained gun. That shows you guys, people get broken. Alina, I am fear of this war. Crazy things Putin said. Yeah, look, it's all geopolitics, right? So one is Putin saying he wants Ukraine to be a buffer. He doesn't want NATO there because NATO is like the Western world and they don't want the nukes on their border. Just like China doesn't want us in North Korea. North Korea is a little shit town, but it's on the border of China. So this is all for territorial battle. So you could say, well, the West is evil. I can't fully agree with that. And look, yeah, the West has done some wrong things. So, but at the same time, right, where would you rather live? Russia, China, or America? America. So it's like, I agree that America and the Western world has done some wrong things, right? But It's like, all right, would you have wanted to live in Iraq before the Iraq War? Sunni versus Shiite. So it wasn't like it was a lot better. I'm not justifying that war. That war was wrong. I think George Bush should be brought up on, criminal war crimes. But it's like, I don't know, like, at the end of the day, if you're in a corner, would you rather, Western Europe be in control of a country or China or a dictatorship? Look at the quality of life in the dictatorships. Look at the quality of life in the European countries. Their standard of living for the people tend to be better for the people. So, again, I understand Putin's point. Like, yeah, you guys wouldn't want missiles on your border either, so we want Ukraine to be a buffer. But I also understand the American point. Like, yeah, look at your people in Russia. Look at the economy. Look at the way they're suffering. Same thing with China. You can't even Google anything in China. You can't Google free porn necessarily. You get a reminder. You can only game 3 hours a day. But does that mean that they're wrong? It's just different ways of life. And I understand America did some wrong shit. So, but that's the whole dynamic. So what can you do? I don't know, man. You can't go do shit. I don't know, man. It's a never-ending mind fuck of life. Alina, I read that. Stats 1200. I like to see you comfortable and enjoying the finer things in life. I've already been fortunate enough to do that, though. You can always go back. Yeah, I've done that. I've lived in luxury, so I wouldn't probably go back to living in luxury. I said to myself, damn, Sam, you've lived in luxury. Do I want to go? And I basically lived in poverty other than my Starbucks and my food that I eat. So I said to myself, damn, what do I do next? I'll probably find a balance in between. Because to me, I'm not really like, I don't have to live in luxury. I just want to live in an overall safe area. I'll probably never buy a real nice car again. Why? Because I'm really not trying to impress no chick. And to me, I'm really not trying to prove that I'm smarter than everyone. I'm richer than everyone. So I don't know. To me, I just want to live a peaceful life where no one bothers me and I don't have to worry about too much shit. I don't know. Sue, I like your humble, mellow side better, less intimidating. Yeah, I would say most people would comment on the video when they see me less intimidating, but it moves the needle less. It's like going to therapy for 10 years. You rather your therapist be passive and just say do whatever you want, but you're probably not going to change. So, a little bit of me resents that people like when I'm low key, because that just means that, they're not going to do nothing. But a little bit of me says, Sam, don't worry about people. People ain't going to do shit anyway, even if you're screaming. So, you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? So that's how I say, fuck it. Conscious self. Too careless. Yeah, we'd be too reckless. Oh, we got a robot. Pat, go! Bare feet in the house. You brought some intensity to live feet. Hey, Sam. I had seared pork tenderloin with steamed broccoli. That sounds good. Steamed sweet potatoes. I like sweet potatoes. And steamed corn. That sounds good. On the cob? You better floss your teeth, Pat, go. Corn on the cob. That gets all in your teeth crack. Love to you, Pat, go. Dutch oven tonight. Pat, Adam says, good night, my friend. Good night to you, brother. Praying for your family situation every day. Stacy, thank you for being a member too, Adam and Pat, go. Stacy, my favorite scripture, and I actually think you are a turning point in your life for the better, in my opinion. Well, Stacy, I appreciate that positive encouragement. I don't know, man. I'm kind of like burnt out on life. I really am. I'm very thankful though, because I know a lot of people have it worse. So, so I know life. I'm just burnt out, but I want to stay positive. So I just can't go down that negative road stuff. Have you heard 3 days ago, family of 4 in motorhome caught on fire? No, I always see something in my live feed about like some clickbait like that. I never click on it because I don't know if it's true or not. Lost their entire wagon belongings. Well, they probably have insurance. So to me, if I lost my car, it's just a car claim and I got nothing in here really other than a bag of Walmart clothes. So I don't know, how much stuff they would have in there that really matters. Steph, terrifying. George, could you live that lifestyle with someone else or is it a bad idea? It all depends on your personality. Most people are social beings. We're all social, but most people need to be with someone else. I see a beautiful woman and I would love to be with her, but the reality is she would be annoying after a while and I would probably get on her nerves. because it's a fight for dominance. And I don't care, even if you're great people, you live in a small space, you ain't gonna get along. Unless you're destitute, you got another choice. Why? Well, I talked to a friend of mine. He got a 2,000 square foot house. And during the pandemic, when everyone was working at home and the kids weren't in school, it was a damn near Royal Rumble every night. And this guy is Mr. Family Guy. I mean, he's built for a family. So if you're built to be with a family and you're a respectful person and so is the people you're with, that shows you that 2,000 square feet ain't enough. So you got to be careful when you put people together in a tight, confined space, man. Shahid, I think you start realizing that all this materialistic world was never fulfilling. I believe the soul is yearning for nourishment. Nah, I don't believe that. I believe there's a time in your youth when you should pop bottles, go to strip clubs, have a nice car. Then I believe you get out of it, you go on your spiritual journey, and you realize that you can mind fuck life because there may not even be a God. And even when there is a God, you still want to masturbate. Okay, so I kind of believe in just try to work on yourself. There's different seasons of life. And, you know, it's like every religious person that wrote a scripture, whether Moses, Paul, or Muhammad. Muhammad was having sex with 12-year-old girls. Was it wrong? Well, it's the same thing R. Kelly was doing, but in that time, there was nothing wrong with it. So these are the same people that gave us the religious foundations for all the major religions. Moses, Jesus' best friend was a prostitute. His first miracle was turning water into wine. You know, again, Muhammad was banging young girls underage. So what does it tell us? Well, it tells us that, spirituality is part of life. You got to go on that journey. But you probably still going to look at, stepmom porn. You probably still going to want to get your money right. And there's no guarantee of afterlife. So, find that balance. George. Hey, Sam, what's up? And Rouser, one day at a time. That's the biggest thing I've been saying. I said, Sam, just get through this day. And I got fortunate. Got through another day. And Rouser, you listen to this motherfucker. Blue Girl, hey. Hit that like. I appreciate that. Sophie, Nomad, be the best you can be. I'm like, I'm in the army almost. You are unique and your mission is important. Well, Sophie, I appreciate that. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess I make a difference. I mean, do I really care if I make a difference? I don't know, man. Look, some people have made a difference in my life, so it does matter. So it does matter. Okay. But I just got to get through the day. That's true. Thank you, George. Okay, thank you. Valuable info. Thank you. Conscious laughing, good. Laughter is good for the soul. Conscious. I'm related to Muhammad. We're all related. If you guys believe in human, we're all related to each other. Okay. Yeah. So in one sense, we're all connected fiber optically or physically. So I can't wait for the day that we marry a robot and babies, if they are created, they're created biologically in a lab and you eliminate the opportunity for them to be born with a deformity or mental or physical illness or addiction. And that's it. Everyone looks good. Everyone's rich and we're living in heaven. You say, what kind of world is that? Well, to me, I would say, why wouldn't you want to make the world better? What do you want to have sex with some crazy motherfucker and say that it was God? Hey, guys, I want to tell you right now, there's a reason that a girl wants to know how tall you are before she has a baby with you. And there's a reason, okay, you look at a girl's ass and her face and, you want to measure her up. Okay. Now, look, when you're drunk, you'll do anything that your instincts want. When you're sober, but there's a time to be drunk. Would I tell you to go through life and never drink and never, to me, that'd be a boring life. Now, would I tell you to do that and never stop drinking or smoking? That'd be a reckless life. So what do I tell you to do? Well, what do you want? You want a middle-aged guy living in a car trying to figure out if he's home base tell you what to do? And does it really matter? Let's say I gave you the greatest advice in the world. What are you going to do? You're going to keep your storage unit. You got your own problems. And, most people, guys, I don't know, man. It's just this endless cycle of nothing. Let's stay positive. Where are we at? George, facts. We are something crazy, like 90% same DNA as a banana. I like bananas. but not like that way. Some of you guys, I mean, I stand for equal rights as far as like with gay, but I'm not into bananas like that, but I like bananas. Don't quote me on that. Nah, I won't. Good comment. Blue girl laughing. This is a great movie script. I don't have no script, guys. My script is my experience in life. And my experience in life is all the things I share with you. I'm not saying them to be shocking. I'm not saying them to be hurtful. I'm saying them because this is what I've seen. Some of it's my opinion, obviously. Sometimes I'm not always right? Because I'm human. But I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Blue girl left. Oh, yeah. Conscious, true. Thank you, Conscious. Cartoon Mark, Sam. I love your new perspective. Yeah, do whatever you want. You seem happier today. Man, not really. But, hey, guys, when you tell people to do whatever you want, it makes everyone happier. And I don't want to tell people what to do. But I've lost my passion a little bit. Why? I don't know. There's no major goal. Like you can say the major goal is to get to home base. That's the end of the road. You say, oh, you can still leave the home base. Yeah, guys, you can get married and still leave your wife. You still got to go back to her. Now, you don't have to. You could have many wives like they did in the Bible or the Quran. Yeah, you could do that. So, what do I think you should do, guys? You think you should do whatever you want? I don't care. Johnny, hey, Sam. I set my watch with your live stream. Well, I appreciate that. I mean, I touch some people. I must. I appreciate that. Conscious 4Ds. Yeah, shout out to my man Status 1200. He liked triple D porn. He liked big titty porn. CC, new to your channel. Well, welcome. What do you do for a living? IT. What do you do for a living? Shahid, what about if you take a break? Now, you take a break, you might as well take a nap. You take a nap, you might as well sleep through life and then say you love life. Nah, you got to show up. Would that help? Nah. Because it helps me to sit in nature alone and just connect. I respect that. I respect you. I walk in nature every day. I spend most of my day by myself. But too, I feel like if I don't share the good and the bad, if I don't share every day, I'm just sharing with you guys a movie. I'm just giving you the highlight reel. I'm just giving you whenever I feel like it. To me, I don't respect that energy as far as like for me and how I want to move with the channel. But, I don't know. Look, if my investments worked out initially, would I even do YouTube? Well, I would always do something to use my gifts. But if someone gave me $1 billion tomorrow, would I still do YouTube? I don't know, man. At this point, I don't know. It's like everything, man. I don't know. I'm just trying to show up and navigate life, man. Just get through the day. That's it. That's what I've been telling myself lately. At this point, I don't have a master plan. I mean, I got some disciplines I'm still working on. But my goal at this point is get through the day, make sure I get to the gym, make sure I do my productivity for my job, make sure I do my thing for my side hustle, make sure I get to the ocean, make sure I walk outside, and that's it. And then along that journey, I'll find other things. That's pretty much what I'm doing. Sue, Sam, most of your thoughts on life has moved me. I'm sure your words have changed even someone's life. Well, I appreciate that, Sue. Look, I do think it matters. Again, why? Because other people have moved me with their words and their videos and their life. So I appreciate that. But I have to remember to just not get too involved. Johnny, I'm in D.C., no truck convoy. It's strange. Quiet, perhaps. Gas prices are keeping people home. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, gas prices were the same in 2008. Did they keep me home? No. Did they cause me to buy a different car? Yeah, I mean, I think my lease was up, and I said, I'm going to stop leasing. I'm going to buy a Jeep Compass, and that's what I did. And then I had that for a while, and then I met some chick, and then I leased a Range Rover. So, gas prices go up and down, and, people come in and out of your life. So just enjoy each season. Stacy. Because remember this, guys. We can go back to when gas was $1.25 a gallon a couple years ago, but then also we have to lock the country down. So, do you want that? Do you want to stay at home with your spouse? Everyone work from home. Your kids don't go to school. You had $1.25 gas, and everyone. Now, for my YouTube people, for my YouTube creators, you would love that. Why? More people watch YouTube. But for the regular people, you would lose your mind. I think the coronavirus broke a lot of people. It hurt me. It hurt a lot of people but it is what it is. That's what it was. So, Stacy, I can't believe some Capitol Police committed suicide. 4 out of the 5 committed suicide within 12 months. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah. You know, if you go back and you look at that video, it's like looking at a horror movie. It's trauma. You see the intensity or the rage in some people's eyes. You'll see that's some mindsets that are in the world. Uh, Now, again, I want to be fair. It's not just to blame that on politics, right? Because you can look at a liberal cause and you can see some nut jobs on that side too. So I don't want to act like it's just about a political conservative or liberal, because there's psychopaths on both sides. But, that's just something telling, because, like I say, for 4 police officers to commit suicide basically because of those riots within 12 months, I mean, there had to be serious trauma. I mean, you could see 1, maybe 2, 4. That's a lot. Pardon. Do you pimp? Back in the day, I enjoyed myself. I don't do much of that now. Would you rather be unhappy with yourself? Yeah, I like to be pretty much, yeah. Or have other people match you? I'd rather be by myself. For real. Answer this. You will be quite wiser. Yeah, back in the day, I think you should enjoy, having fun. And I'd rather be by myself if I had to choose. While still being like able to go to Starbucks and flirt with chicks at the gym and shit like that. George, what do you consider as an ideal home base? Good question. RV lot by the beach, 150K or under, and there's one available, and I have to mentally try to commit. There's a cheap one an hour away from the beach, but I think that I say to myself, Sam, what are you doing? And even that, hard for me to commit. So that's it. Good question. Made me think. Blue Girl, if you win $1 billion, would you share with us? It's a good question. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, like I say, technically, if I really didn't want to, I don't have to do YouTube now. I'm still able to take care of all my needs. But I do fear losing my main job. I probably still have to get another main job. But I like YouTube as a side hustle. It's my gift. I enjoy doing it. It's like any passion, it's still work, but it's passion. I still do have a passion for YouTube, but it's still work. Now, if I didn't have to work at all, like if I knew I had $1 billion, man, I don't know, man. I would love that problem. But even now, the money I have, I got to remember that I know that I'm probably still more fortunate than most people. So, I don't know, man. It's hard to say, George, do you think modern society is doing enough to provide a high quality of life for the average Joe? I think they could do a little bit better. I do think that a catastrophic health insurance should be always available to all people, no matter what your age or income. Again, I don't think universal healthcare totally changes life, because most first world countries have it. But Canada has it, does great. Europe has it, does great. I don't think Russia has. I don't know. I don't know if China has universal healthcare. So, I think that. But in America, the very poor have healthcare, Medicaid. The very elderly have healthcare, Medicare. But there's a lot in the middle, the average Joe. So I think the average Joe should know if he gets laid off from his job, he doesn't have to come up with healthcare or claim bankruptcy. I think they should alleviate up to $50,000 of college loan debt, because I think we got out of balance with college debt in America. I think they could do that. And if Joe Biden doesn't do it by the time he gets out of office, then I will blame him for that, because I think they should do that. So I think some form of universal health care without destroying the economy, and they can do it because it's in other first world countries that have it. And I think that forgive $50,000 worth of college loan debt. And I think after you get I think change high school. I think classrooms should be no more than 20 minutes. I think you should teach how to do taxes, how to prepare for your taxes rather than algebra. I think that after high school, you should have choices. You either take a guaranteed government job, you go to higher learning, but if you take on debt, you got to work in that field for at least 5 years, or else your debt's not forgiven. Or you go to a trade school, or you go to the military. You got to you'll have some choices. And then I could feel that then you'd have pretty much as much opportunity as you could possibly have. And the other thing I would add is I would probably reinvent some type of Ellis Island. What's Ellis Island? Well, the Statue of Liberty that was given to us by France, that's right outside of New York, that, my grandparents came in on, was a symbol of immigration. You come there, it's a point of entry to legally entry. You get training, you get a physical, you get a vaccine maybe, and then you also go into a work program. So instead of, build the wall, but also build like a new Ellis Island, maybe on the border of Mexico, maybe, yeah. And so to have a better streamline, we're going to need immigration to grow America. Okay, America's getting older, not younger. So you're going to end up paying immigrants to come here. So I think those things would be a general outline. Now, how do you get those things done? It's a clusterfuck. You got to kind of navigate that. It won't be easy. And you got to tell some people, look, if you choose to do nothing, we're still going to give you basic food stamps, basic housing, and you're going to get Medicaid. But maybe you're not going to be able to get free ice from the gas station. Why? We just want you to know we watching you. I mean, do something. I mean, we're going to give you a coloring book or something, So I think that would be the best way. Shahid, would you say most people by the time they get your age would have this perspective of just getting by curious? No, I think that if you don't start to straighten your life out by 25, by the time you're 35, you're so deep in the game that it's tough to ever get out of. I think you'll have a midlife crisis no matter who you are, because I think around the age 35, 40, you wake up, you say, oh my God, now I don't feel invincible. Now I can't eat a bucket of chicken and go play basketball for 2 hours, which I did that when I was in my early 20s, right? Now, if I ate a bucket of chicken, guys, I can't even play full court basketball now, probably even if I wanted to for 2 hours. I damn near sure couldn't if I ate chicken. So I think when you get my age, I think you have an awakening called gravity. Your knees aren't the same. Your energy is not the same. I mean, even though I got great energy, even though overall I'm doing well. But the good news is your career should be better. The good news is, now instead of you running up and down the court, out hustling everyone, now you're more wiser. Okay. So now you pass like Bird. Okay. Now, you got a pivot game like Magic. Now, you run off the pick and screen. You know how to play the game a little bit better. You don't have to exert as much energy. But now you've seen more loss in life, and you're a little bit disillusioned by life. You've been let down, and you've let other people down. So what do? Well, you get through the day. That's number one. And then number two is you try to live where you want to live, climate and culture. You try to find what you're a little bit passionate about, put some energy into that. And that's the best shit I came up with. Good question, George. Great question. Yeah. Peyton on. Is happiness a good final destination mentally? Well, in this world, you can never lock that in, right? Like, so, happiness is like winning the championship. It's like, it takes a lot of energy to get there. And then when you get there, it's impossible to stay there. It's like, I just won a championship. And the first question you ask me is, what about next year? That's happiness. You know what I mean? It's like, let me enjoy the moment, but it's hard for us to enjoy the moment because the moment is fleeting. So manage your time, push yourself to the next task. Good job. Valen, the sexiest Latina MILF you ever met in your life. Valen, you had a live feed today. I'm engaged, but I'm not going to get too involved. About what happens when you take someone else's name. I guess you mean when you get married. So Valen, I know you were speaking in Spanish most of the time. Can you please tell us, in your opinion, in your perspective, what happens when you take someone else's name? Give us a brief summary in your opinion. Steph, pay extra money for gas, be single in my vehicle, have freedom and mind free, and psychopath. Pay for peace, self-care. Thanks to you, Sam. Hooray. Thank you, Steph. Shahid, you seem to use comparisons between you and others to judge whether or not you should be satisfied with your life. Would you agree? I mean, no offense. I don't know. I'm not even sure if I fully understand. I just look at life as far as like, I'm an observer. Like, even when I was young, I'd always like observe my environment, good or bad. And because I like to kind of see what makes people tick or what's going on in life, right? So what I've observed is most people are struggling even if they look like they're doing good, whether it's financial or emotional or whatever. So if you ask me as a 41-year-old man, seeing all the experiences I've seen, I would say that most people are closer to depression than inspiration. Most people are closer to bankruptcy than financial freedom. Most people are closer to desperation than inspiration. So that's just the state of the human condition, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but in my opinion, and so I remind myself that, Sam, it could be worse, because I know a lot of people have it worse, even people that may appear well. Now, of course, some people have it better, but it is like however you feel about yourself. So I don't feel guilty. When I was young, I would feel guilty if I was doing good. And then I gave other people the same opportunity, and then they didn't take it, or at least most of them didn't. So then I said, well, I don't feel guilty because, now they got the opportunity. So now some of it is what you put into life. But even then, when I got past that, when I really don't feel guilty for doing well, there's just a gravity of life, right? Like, I still feel like I'm at peace. I feel like overall I move good. Overall I treat people right. I mean, and so, but I just feel like I'm not home. Like, even, Florida's the closest thing, but I'm not home. This world, there's an energy in this world but I don't even know, like, if there's a heaven or if I'm even going to like the afterlife. And I'm not one of these people like, oh my God, I got to make it to the afterlife. To me, I'm just trying to get through the day at this point. And I don't know, man. I just, that's the best I can come up with. I don't know, man. Michelle, have you thought about going for a nicer, more expensive place? Nah, I looked at more expensive, but I don't want to live like that, man. It doesn't inspire me at all. I mean, because to me, I mean, if I'm on the beach, I haven't found a place in like a prestige community I can get into. And it's not that expensive. But the people are a little bit uptight. I mean, I fit in anywhere, man, but I don't know. I don't really like people either. That's the other part that I don't like about home base, man. I'm not a community. I mean, I'm going to get along with anyone. And what people don't realize is I'm the best neighbor you probably ever have. Now, certainly I'm human, right? But like, there was this one home base I was looking at. If I would have bought, I know they would have, I would have been an asset to the community. You know what I mean? And I saw the people who bought it, and I said, well, now they got to deal with that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I think 150 to 200K is enough for me. I shouldn't have to spend more than that. But I fear that if I don't spend that now, that may not always be like that. Super Shovel. What's up, man? Hey, Sam. It's been a long time since I talked to you. What's up, man? Been watching you on the sidelines. Well, thank you. From time to time, glad to see you're still here. Well, thank you, Super Shovel. Blue Girl. With college, it's a shame. You can have many degrees and make and save money as someone working the fry machine at McDonald's. Well, now to work the fry machine at McDonald's, you pretty much got to do nothing because you can easily get past that. They market it for you, then you can't afford to pay it back. Well, there has to be accountability. Like, if you go to college and you don't work, then, your college loan debt shouldn't be forgiven. When I say college loan debt should be forgiven, that there should be a criteria, like you're in the workforce for at least 3 years and you have good reviews. Because if we allow people to go to college and then they come home and they don't do anything, that's crazy. I'm not that liberal. I mean, that's unproductive. That's unhealthy. Michelle, Blue Girl, exactly. Well, I disagree. Michelle, I would have rather learned a trade but forced to go to college. Well, you have to take accountability, though, too. See, like, I accept, though, that you're young and you don't know, but you got to be honest that you chose to do it. Now, unless you were abducted, you chose to do it. I'm not saying you're 100% wrong, but I'm saying that you got to take accountability that after 18, you willingly played the game. Savant, you're still a member. You're still with me, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to all my truck drivers. Good evening, Sam. Good evening. Savant, how many truck drivers right now watching free porn those truck stops, man? Savant, great to see you, bro. Thank you for still being with me, man. Thank you for being a member. Sophie, Nomad, you're making a good point about immigration and healthcare. But just remember, like, the only reason I think healthcare helps, if you get laid off, you don't have to pay for Cobra healthcare, which I've paid for because I've got laid off. And it's like $800 a month. Or you have your own business, you got to pay for your own healthcare. That's your biggest line item expense if you're a small business, like $500 a month. So I just think it would help entrepreneurship and when you get laid off. But I don't think it will help the poor. Why? Because the poor already have Medicaid. So it's like, it's not an answer for doing nothing. It's just a supplement for people trying to do something. Good job. And work in school and college. Yeah, but like I said too, I'm not that liberal where if you go to college, one is you got to work while you go to college. And if you stop working, your debt is now not forgiven until you pay it back or whatever, or until you work a certain amount of years. Blue girl, Michelle, exactly. They don't even want to hire you. What job are you speaking about? They will say you're overqualified. What job? See, I disagree because I want you to give an example and I want you to tell me what you're doing and what you have been doing because I think that's a little bit unjust and gladly hire someone else to mess up the job. Well, I don't want to get too involved in your life. I've made that statement, but I can't start agreeing with some of the things I see. George, have a wonderful night, Sam. You too. Thank you for your time. Thank you, George. Carla, good evening. Good evening to you, Carla. Pat, go bare feet. I'm thankful to be alive and have a warm bed to sleep and food. Damn it, Pat, go. That's a very positive, thankful comment. She gave a half moon, a thumbs up, a peace, stars, Saturn, a Christmas tree, a reindeer, and a snowman. Pat, go. Just when you thought smelling your own fart at night wasn't good enough, you come into this live chat and you lit it on fire. Good job, Pat, go. Valen, I was saying what happened when you change your name in the spiritual world. Oh, like in the Bible, I know they changed their name from like Saul to Paul, this and that. So, so what happens in your opinion? You tell me your opinion, Valen. Did you change your name to a spiritual name? And how did it change your life? Give me your testimony. Give me your experience. Shahid's laughing good. I don't even remember what I said. Valen at George. Hey, Shahid. Would it be of interest if you was to explore other philosophies? Nah, they're all mind-fucking life. There's just basic, general truths that exist amongst all philosophies, but there's no magical cold shower that sends you to this utopia. I've studied a lot of different religions. And religions to see what conclusions, yeah, they all mind-fuck life and they all fuck young chicks. Maybe even just to expand your already gained knowledge now. All the men want to have sex, and no women were able to write any religious theology. Okay, why? Because most women didn't have rights. So, that's the whole missing thing. Like Valen, like you write your own Bible. You tell me, Valen, as a woman growing up in 2022, I know you're in your 50s, but as a woman, you tell me, forget about like the Bible or any other religious literature you wrote. You tell me, what did God tell you about changing your name and how you moving? So Valen, now I won't get too involved, but for me talking with Valen, see, she's lonely. You said, well, she wants the dick. Well, I don't think it's the dick. I think she wants companionship, but she also wants to be left the fuck alone because she's been married. She got divorced. So she don't want to be in a concubine, but she also don't want to be with a short guy. She look good. So let's say Valen meets some ugly spiritual guy that got it all together. Hell no. Yeah. Valen want to be with some good looking guy, but he gonna be dumb. Why? Because good looking guys are usually dumb. So what is Valen left with as a 50-year-old one who still looks good? She left with being on YouTube and talking to people that don't look good and trying to figure out how she can get through another day. That's pretty much all the philosophy I figured out. Terry, we live, baby. Oh, this is as live as it gets. Michelle, I didn't take out loans. I worked 2 jobs during the summer. When I was young, I was a customer service manager for 8 years, then worked in sales for 8 years. Okay. So you don't have any college loan debt. So you're doing well. Matthew, what's up, Nomad? What's up? Glad to hear you. Glad to hear you. Got your car back? Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew. Valen, retracted. Pago, broccoli for dinner. Dutch oven for bedtime. Damn it. You say inspirational nomad. You've studied all the world philosophies. What is your conclusion? Well, somewhere there's someone who studied Buddhism who's going to watch fart porn tonight. Somewhere there's someone who studied Christianity and they're going to watch stepmom porn tonight. Somewhere there's someone who studied Islam and they're going to watch Western American girl porn tonight. Remember when Bin Laden got caught? He got caught with porn and 5 wives. Bin Laden didn't get caught building community centers in Pakistan. He got caught in a gated community with 5 wives and porn. You know, when Jim Jones, you know, when he committed mass suicide, made everyone drink the Kool-Aid, you know, he had everyone working for him, you know, picking bananas and fruits and berries. And he had armed security, and he was banging a lot of the chicks in the cult. So what have I figured out? Guys, watch free porn and have a Dutch oven night, man. That's life. Valen. I like my name. It means polite woman. Now, Valen. Now, I'm not going to get too involved, but if I ask your ex-husband, does that mean polite woman? What would he say? That's what I want to know. Carla, I'm a pagan, y'all. What does pagans do? What kind of porn do you guys watch? I'm a spiritual, not religious. Yeah. What do you watch? Lesbian porn? Doug? Mellow Yellow. How you doing, Samalo? Shout out to the Pacific Northwest, man. Hey, Doug, what type of porn you watch, man? Pat, crack that window and get those matches. Pat, I think you got a fetish for fart porn. Am I mad at you? I'm not mad at you. Blue Girl. Well, where I am in South Carolina, one of the poor states, the office jobs like administrative or other type jobs or assistant roles average paid $10 to $24. Yeah, it's a poor state, but cheaper housing. Retail store managers are lucky to make 10 to 18. Medical is low too. So what are you, an office job? What'd you go to school for? Shahid, fair enough, Sam. Nice to hear your perspective. It doesn't matter if we disagree. Happiness, what type of porn you watch, Shahid? I'm just curious, do you watch porn? Are you married? Like, forget about philosophy. Shahid, tell me how you live, man. Tell me who you live with, what you watch. Forget philosophy. Like, I knew a guy who knew philosophy. He would say he hates the materialistic world. And he would buy Bitcoin with his spare money. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, forget the philosophy. Tell me how you living. That's what I like to know. You don't watch porn. Are you married? You married? What type of girl you married to? What do? You don't masturbate? You don't have sex? Doug, blonde on blonde porn? That's that Pacific Northwest Viking porn, man. I ain't mad at you. Shahid, I meant peace. Sorry, I saw peace. Love to you, Shahid. Solomon, I like that. There's always 2 sides to a story. Yeah, look, guys, it takes 2 to tango. That's what I've learned in life. Here we go. Valen. Yeah, my ex-husband is very nice. Was he? He was a very nice man. We get along pretty well. That's amazing. And I think you still love me. I'll definitely love you. I love everyone. But I can't get too involved. Why? Because everyone hates me when I ask them their own questions. Shahid, I don't watch porn. Valen, I don't watch porn either. All right. I don't know what you guys do. I guess you watch me. I don't know. Shahid, I'm solo. All right. Blue Girl, I'm not going to get too involved. I went to school for nursing and business. I like to work hard, but the jobs that pay really well in our area require a lot. You're basically... So you went to school for nursing. Are you a nurse? You're basically working 4 jobs. Are you a nurse? You could be a nurse and make great money and get a job transfer. Don't give me the philosophy. Blue Girl, why didn't you go through with nursing? I have a family member, could have been a nurse, got her school paid for, decided to drop out, and now she's on government assistance. And she feels entitled to do whatever she wants, how she wants. She has a little bit of mental and emotional problems, though. So, if you guys tell me you drop, you're not a nurse. I want to know why you're not a nurse and what do you do every day? And do you live with your mom and do you yell at your mom? That's what I want to know. Shahid, I understand, Sam. You prefer personal. I prefer to know what the fuck people do all day. I don't want to know what people think about life. I want to know people how they live in life. I want to know if you take a nap and you tell me you love life. I want to know if you're religious but you don't get a hard on. Huh. I want to know if you're lonely but you don't want dick. I want to know, how does changing your name change your life? I want to know the facts. Now you say inspirational nomad. See, now you get in other people's business. Well, this is the shit you got to learn to get the fuck ahead. You got to know what people doing. I love you, Saeed. Saeed, you're funny. You got to laugh. People, it's a crazy world out here. Carla, it's boring. Life's boring, but we make the most of it. I'm thankful for what I have. Valen, you asked me about my ex. Yeah. He is a very nice man. That's why I divorced him. You want a little bit more fun? We get along well. He's a friend, not a lover. I want to be your homie lover friend. And I think he still loves me. Damn right, you got the good cooch. Shit, you look good. You know, you probably dated some boring fucking guy. And you were the best girl he ever had in his life. Now, you're lonely, but you don't want no boring ass standard guy. You want an above average guy. Why? Because you look above average. I ain't mad at that. Shit, that's how changing your name changed your life. Yeah. Hey, guys, I want to you should make a live feed, Valen. That motherfucker, I look good, okay, and I want some good dick. Yeah, that's how I just like that. I divorce boring guys that lay low pipe. And I would get into that. Now, most people ain't going to do a video about that. We have the Little People Big World cast here in Southwest Portland. Well, you once had Clyde Drexler. You had a good team when you had that. Jiver, 730, new subscriber and new to the lifestyle. Welcome. Porn is bad. Well, I think living in your car is bad. I think porn's good. Shit. Valen, hey, Doug. Grumpy, great girl on girl. I'm not mad at that. All right, that's good porn. Blue girl. Even though I'm not really into lesbian porn. We got a lot of comments coming hot. I'm approving them all, guys. Fuck it. Let's go. Blue girl, yeah, everyone tells me to use my license in another state. That would pass the way better. It's hard to change. I do work pediatrics. You can make a lot of money, blue girl. You can make a lot of money. You should be cashing in, but I know it's not easy to move. I know. We get accustomed to our environment. We don't want to move. It wasn't easy for me. Shahid, I prefer to study. That's what gets my, man, you my fucking life. Also productivity. Well, Shahid, I'm glad that you're not a lazy sloth. But damn it, if you never heard gunshots in a strip club, if you never dated a bartender at the strip club, if you never, were involved in some wild shit, I don't know how. I don't know, but maybe it's better you're not. I don't know. Everyone's different. Do whatever you want. Mavano, college degree isn't what it used to be. I agree with that. But working is still what it is to be. Need people to work. Got to do something. Good job, Mavano. Shahid. Nah, I totally understand. There are many hypocrites that speak without action. It annoys me. Everyone is a hypocrite. Why? Because, again, you can't tell me you're a man and, the only thing that makes you happy is philosophy. If it is, then you may have a mental problem. Now, but now I say that there was 5 years or 10 years of my life I studied philosophy, but I was still studying females. I was still looking at Che. I was still doing what I do. So, I don't know. Everyone's different. Back up. I'm going to add, cabbage hamburger helper. Damn it, Paco, like that food porn. Good job. Monte, what zodiac sign are you? I am the sign of Elon Musk, okay? I am what they call Mars Malago, okay? I am Elon Musk's biological created vaccine baby from Dr. Fauci's ballsack. Okay. What zodiac sign are you? Michelle, I was very hard worker. I'm trying to figure out life now as someone with a disability. What's your disability? When'd you get disabled? How'd you get disabled? Doug, laughing at Valen. Valen looks good. Valen at Monte. JPM, hey, what's up, JPM? JPM Lawn Care, is that you from South Carolina? Cartoon Mark's laughing. I'm enjoying this show. Yeah, Cartoon Mark's married. I'm more entertained than his family. Cartoon Mark never been freer when his family leave on vacation, but I ain't getting too involved. So what I want to tell you is this, guys. Let's stay positive. Cartoon Mark, Doug, Valen likes you. Valen look good. A lot of guys want to get with Valen. Doug, Monte, 2 girls and a cup. Shahid, it's fine. Sam, express your different perspective. It doesn't offend me. I don't want to offend you. I love you. I love everyone. Valen, Cartoon Mark, hey. Grumpy, yeah, my son showed me that 2 girls and a cup. I told him to get that out of my face. Your son showed you 2 girls and a cup? Okay. I don't understand that completely, but I don't know. I'm not going to get too involved. Pat go. Cartoon Mark, do you think it's okay to Dutch oven your partner? Cartoon Mark, don't get too involved. Just say, well, do whatever you want. Shai, personally, I believe that society has become over-sexualized. You must hate. Well, I'm not going to. So, when you view my perspective, it seems out there. Unbelievable. So, you don't want marriage? What do you want to do? You want to be celibate your entire life? You don't watch any porn. You believe that society's over-sexualized. What society? I don't know. I mean, to me, what do you want everyone to be talking about philosophy? There'd be a lot of people buying Bitcoin telling you about the afterlife. I'll tell you that much. I don't know. But Derek Teastrom. Michelle, Sam is back. Only for the moment, guys. I'm exhausted. I'm pulling out of the last reserves of inspiration that I have. This world takes a beating on you. Michelle, Sam is back. I'm doing the best I can. Thank you. Doug, Sam, you can never unsee 2 girls with a cup. I don't know what type of porn that is. I've been with 2 girls. I don't know about with a cup, what that means. Monte, what part of South Carolina are you in? Grumpy, it's nasty. You don't want to know. Yeah, that sounds pretty. Oh, you talking about like pee in a cup or something like that? Monte, I'm from Lugoff. Yeah, I never heard of that. That maybe that's like you just trying to make me say that. Shahid, no, I believe in marriage. You ever been married? That's what I want to know. Just not to over-sexualize the people. Hey, Shahid, you ever been married, bro? That's what I want to know. Because if you never been married, don't tell me you believe in it. Once you've been married for 50 years, I want you to come to this live feed, tell me you believe in marriage. That's what I want to do. Yeah. Because I want to tell you, I've seen that life. Be careful what you believe in, guys, all right? Yeah. All right. If you haven't already, click that thumbs up. Thank you to all my members. Okay. And I want to tell you, living in fear as we get older is somewhat natural. Because why? We just been through enough. Okay. But we're going to stay positive. And I'm not going to give you another philosophy. I pretty much told you everything. That's it. I'm not going to give you the whole thing again. Grumpy. Doug, you're right. You cannot unsee that stuff. Shahid. No, to be honest, I wouldn't lie to you. Yeah, so you've never been married, so you can't believe in it. You got to do it before you say you believe in it. You don't over-philosophize life, brother. Yeah, I want Cartoon Mark got a wife you can have right now. Yeah. I remember when Master P said that. They said, Master P, this girl trying to hit on your wife. This guy trying to hit on your wife. He goes, well, if the guy wants to take care of her, he can have her. So, yeah, and Valen basically told you can have her husband. Shit, she left her ex-husband. He was a nice guy. Wasn't. She don't like him. Yeah, I don't blame her. Yeah. That's marriage. Yeah, it's true. Cowboy, needed to hear your words at the beginning on fear. I'm sorry, I can't say it again. I hope, go watch the replay, please. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, you listened. That shit is toxic. Oh, it is. Life is really about faith. And work. You got to do the work. And mastering your mind. Yeah, go for a walk. Don't overthink your mind. Just go for a walk. Doug. Yeah, Grumpy. Thank you. Thank you, Cowboy Preacher. I like that name. Doug. Yeah, Grumpy. That was way beyond me. Monte. Why not be a UFC fighter? Because I've actually been in fights. And I don't like hitting and I don't like getting hit. Why? Because hitting someone else hurts. You could break your hand. And if you really hurt them, I don't get any joy out of that. And getting hit hurts. Okay, it's not just like in a video game. So, to me, most people I know that were into fighting, either one, they did it out of desperation because they came from poverty, or two, they're psychopaths. But no one's a professional fighter because, like, it's really what they want to do. There may be some that have a certain mindset, but again, for me, fighting, being in fights, there's nothing glorious about fighting. whether you win the fight or whether you lose. To me, I hate both. I'd rather just live a peaceful life and stay the fuck out of that shit. Shite. I guess it depends on different scenarios for each person. Because as you believe too, there are good marriages. But like I said, brother, when you get married, you tell me what you think of it. And now when I get married, I'll tell you what I think of it. But I haven't been married. I've been single. I've only experienced people I know that have been married. And what I can tell you is, like they said in the Bible, I don't know if they said in the Quran, but they said better to be single than married. And the disciples asked Jesus, well, why do you say that? He goes, well, not too many people can handle that. Now, look, though, I know one of my friends, he's like, Sam, I got needs. I got to be married. I get that because I see a beautiful girl in the gym. I'm like, oh, my God, I love the marriage. I see Valen. I would love that sex with Valen. But it wouldn't last, 5 years. I mean, it's crazy. But how do you want to live your life? I'll ask Valen. Valen's been married. I haven't been married. She goes, at Monte, you said you like feet. Go to my channel. Uh-oh. You go see my feet. Yeah. Red toenail. Yeah, that's how changing your name changed your life. Good job, Valen. Got that feet porn. You make a lot of super chats with feet porn. You guys want to see my feet? I don't know if I can't get my foot up here. But I would do that. I don't care. I may have an OnlyFans. We'll see. Valen, have a good night. You too. I love you. Valen, you looking good out there. All the guys want to get with you. You never lonely. Outdoor Matt. Fire emoji. Bomb. Yeah, let's do it. All right, guys and girls. 49 thumbs up. Click that thumbs up if you haven't. Thank you to all my members. Thank you for that gracious super chat. My man came in strong with that 35. That was my man, I believe it's a man. Prasmastic. Thank you very much, man, for that gracious tip, man. That was a blessing. Blue Girl, marriage is a very hard job. Yeah. And someone is invading your space every day. Oh, it's a fucking wrestling match. I also agree with you. Yeah, fighting is not peaceful. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Would you rather have college loan debt? Or would you rather live with someone the rest of your life? You probably say, give me that college loan debt. Yeah, I ain't lying about that. Boston, hey guys. Checked in the other night, but had to run. Boston, good to see you. Easy ride laughing. Let me see those stinkers. I can't get them up. I can't reach them up here. If I had my home base, I would. Boston, I made it 50. Damn it, Boston. Thank you for that. All right, guys and girls, I'm out of here. Peace.